What is the EFT Tap and Talk method? How does this method differ from classic EFT? When would we use Tap and Talk over the classic EFT approach? You and I will answer these questions, and there's so much more in this episode of EFT Tapping Junction. Hello and welcome to episode 50 of EFT Tapping Junction. I am your host, Stephen Carter, founder of Stress Solutions LLC, Stress Solutions USA, and Stress Relief Radio. Over more than 4 decades, I've helped thousands of people let go of stress and achieve positive, life-enriching personal and professional success. I hold multiple trainer and practitioner certifications in an array of methods, to include, of course, EFT, thought field therapy, trauma tapping technique, neurolinguistic programming, or NLP, hypnosis, meditation, and others. If you would like to learn more about my background and our work, visit our website at stressreliefradio.com. Who is this show for? If you use EFT, which of course is short for Emotional Freedom Techniques, if you use EFT, thought field therapy, trauma tapping, or other meridian-based tapping methods to help others or yourself, this show is for you. In this episode, you and I will explore something that is all too common for virtually every one of us. That is worry. Worry includes those incessant thoughts that can cloud your mind, steal your peace, and block any sense of emotional well-being. It is that restless companion that sits on your shoulder, whispering worst-case scenarios into your mind's ear. It's that mental loop that plays out all the ways things could go wrong, stealing the present moment and stealing joy. It's like a shadow, always lurking, ready to take control of your thoughts and create emotional dis-ease. One method you and I can apply to interrupt and release the nonstop negative noise from your inner critic is a technique called Tap and Talk. Tap and Talk. By combining the power of EFT tapping with free-flowing dialogue that acknowledges that constant inner worry, that constant anxiety, with EFT tapping and the free-flowing dialogue, you and I can turn down the volume of that incessant inner critic and create a sense of calm and confidence. When your inner dialogue is quiet, that opens up the door to your subconscious mind and allows your inner wisdom to emerge and to guide you. What is the difference between classic EFT and the Tap and Talk method? With classic EFT, we use a formulated setup statement as we tap the karate chop point, and then we apply a brief reminder phrase as we tap each of the other tapping points. With Tap and Talk, you also create a setup statement, ideally about the specific issue that is creating or adding to your inner dialogue of nonstop worry. Once you've identified, as best you can at the beginning of your tapping session, the source of your worry, you continue tapping and allow yourself to simply talk about whatever flows from mind. Allow yourself to simply talk out loud in a stream of consciousness flow. You do not think about what you're saying. You don't censor what you're saying. You simply allow words to flow in a free-form way. What if you don't know what specifically is triggering your worry? In that situation, you acknowledge that fact with a setup statement such as, I don't know why I'm having this constant worry. I'm tapping for relief and clarity about what or who is causing or contributing to this sense of worry. If you gain clarity about why you're experiencing a sense of worry, begin tapping on that issue using the Tap and Talk protocol. If, on the other hand, you're experiencing a sense of anxiety or worry, but you cannot identify what the underlying or underneath issue or issues are, simply allow yourself to tune into the felt sense of those feelings and allow yourself to talk out loud about what you're feeling. Keep talking even if what you initially hear yourself say doesn't seem to make any sense. As you continue to tap and talk, insights you didn't know were in your subconscious mind will likely show up. As you tap and talk, allow yourself to be an observer. Consciously, you're listening to what emerges without judgment. You keep tapping around the meridian points as the words flow. After a period of tapping, you will likely feel a sense of release, a sense of relief, a sense that your subconscious has said all that needs to be said about the issue. There will likely be a sense of calm and peace. When this sense of calm and peace arises, you can lock that in with a final EFT choices affirmation, such as, I choose to allow this sense of calm and peace to remain with me ongoing. Tap this positive EFT choices statement or whatever other statement comes to you. Tap that choices statement in by repeating the entire affirmation at each tapping point. When you're done, close your eyes, place hands to heart, and allow the beautiful sense of calm and peace to flow through your entire body. Let's tap through one example of how a tap and talk session could unfold. In this example, you and I will tap for the sense of worry itself. As we begin to tap on the karate chop point, we could say, this sense of worry is consuming me right now. I'm open to the possibility I can let this worry go, but in this moment, it just doesn't feel possible. This worry, it feels like a heavy weight on my chest, like I can't breathe. Will I ever be free of worry? I don't know, but I'm open to that possibility. Go to the eyebrow point. This worry about the future, it's like a movie playing in my head, but it's all doom and gloom. What if I could hit pause on this movie? What if I could rewrite the script? What if I could find a different way to think about this situation? Is this all possible? Is any of this possible? Side of the eye. I acknowledge this worry, but I also acknowledge my power to choose my thoughts. What if I choose thoughts that uplift me instead of dragging me down? What if I invite peace into my mind instead of chaos? Tap under the eye. This worry feels so real, so pressing, but what if it's just a story? What if it's a story I've been telling myself? What if the story really isn't true? The feeling feels true, but what if the underlying story that is contributing to this feeling What if that's not true? What if I loosen my grip on this worry? What if I loosen it just a little bit? Can I allow myself to breathe freely even with this worry still with me? Can I allow myself to breathe freely even with this worry still with me? Under the nose. I realize I have a strong desire to control everything. I realize this belief that worrying will somehow change the outcome. I realize that there's a part of me that believes if I worry enough, I'll be safe. Is this true? Of course not. What if I surrender? What if I surrender just a little bit? What if I trust in the unfolding of life? Under the lip. This worry has been a loyal companion, but I'm truly ready to let it go now. Thank you, worry, for trying to protect me, but I'm choosing a different path. I'm going to choose trust instead of fear. I'm going to choose trust instead of fear. Collarbone. I am open to releasing this worry. I'm open to feeling lighter, feeling freer. I'm open to replacing worry with curiosity. I'm open to approaching life with a sense of wonder instead of a sense of dread. Under the arm, I release this worry from every cell in my body. I release it from my mind. I release it from my spirit. I release it from my soul. I give myself permission to let go of this burden. I give myself permission to choose peace instead. The crown point. In this moment and in every moment ahead, I choose peace. I choose to know I am safe. I choose to know in this moment I am safe, and in the moments to come, I will also be safe. I am supported. I am capable of handling whatever comes my way. I choose to trust my resilience. I choose to trust in life's glorious unfolding and know I am safe in this moment and in every moment ahead. As I place my hands to heart, I give thanks to my subconscious mind for these insights. I give thanks that I'm letting this worry habit go, and I give thanks that I'm choosing to be calm and confident now and ongoing. This is obviously an example. Your tap and talk sessions may be brief or they may be extended. Trust the process. If more than one session is needed, continue your tap and talk process until you reach a point of calm and peace. In this episode, you and I used the tap and talk method to let go of worry, but do keep in mind you can use the tap and talk method for virtually any issue. Moving to another topic, I mentioned earlier that this is episode 50 of EFT Tapping Junction. This month also marks our 5th year anniversary for the show. Over these past 5 years, thousands upon thousands of people have listened to the show from around the world. Just as an example, over the past month alone, we've had listeners from the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, the Netherlands, Australia, Norway, France, Switzerland, India, Qatar, Spain, Sweden, Ireland, Mexico, Turkey, the Isle of Man, United Arab Emirates, Germany, Estonia, Hungary, Iran, New Zealand, Poland, Taiwan, Tanzania, and a variety of other countries as well. As a member of the EFT community, you share an interest with millions of people around the world. You are part of a global community that truly wants to make this world a better, safer, happier place. Whether this is your first episode or your 50th episode, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for joining me for this journey to emotional freedom. If you haven't yet checked out those 50 episodes, all focused on ways you can make your EFT work more effective and experience the best results possible, I do invite you to scan through those 50 episodes and listen to previous shows that are offering topics you find compelling. Visit our site at stressreliefradio.com, click on the podcast drop-down menu, and then select EFT Tapping Junction to see the list of shows. I'll have a direct link to that page in this episode's show notes, and I'll also have another link to a second website page that also has all of the episodes. I'll have those links in this episode's show notes. One other item, if you use Google Podcasts to listen to your podcast shows, be aware Google Podcasts is closing down. As of the recording of this podcast in April, you will be able to continue listening to shows you've subscribed to or that you're following in Google Podcasts. You cannot, however, subscribe or follow with other shows. Google's guidance is that the podcast application will close down completely sometime this summer. If you are using the Google Podcast app, it is a really good idea for you to choose another app and resubscribe to your favorite shows in that other app. If you're on Android, you may choose to use Podcast Addict, which I believe is an Android-only application. You might choose Pocket Cast. My favorite listening app is Overcast. That is iOS only. Apple Podcast is another excellent option if you are using an Apple product to listen to your podcasts. Speaking of following, subscribing to podcasts, if you are not yet following EFT Tapping Junction where you get your podcasts, this is a perfect time to do that. When you follow, you will never miss an episode. If you have questions about what you and I have shared in this episode, or you would like to be in touch for any reason, email me at cartermethod@gmail.com. Until our next visit together, this is your host, Stephen Carter, wishing for you and your loved ones blessings in abundance.